why isn't my VLOOKUP formula telling me that certain manufacturing part names aren't in my lookup table, whereas in fact, it is right there for me to see? So if we're talking about manufacturing part names, I'm going to assume that we're talking about text. And we're also talking about the VLOOKUP function, which I'm going to write here, VLOOKUP. So we're talking about Excel, which is one of my favorite tools in life. Whenever I work in Excel, I feel like I'm an artist. I feel like I'm sitting down at the piano. I'm looking at all 88 keys stretched out before me. I could do anything. And that's the way I feel when I sit down in front of a blank spreadsheet. Anybody else besides me have like spiritual moments in front of Excel? It's okay to admit it. You can private message me. So VLOOKUP, the coolest thing about VLOOKUP is that the way that it's structured, it directly mirrors your biology. If you had to look something up in a list, what would you do first? Your eye would go, all right, what do I need to look up in the first place? Then your eye would move to the lookup list or table. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Now Excel does it a lot faster than that, but anyhow, where is it? And then which column do I need? If the table has 3 columns and I'm looking up a name which is in column 1, well, I need to know the, total revenue for that name or total hours for that name or whatever it is. The last name linked with the first name. If I'm looking up first names, I want to see who the last name is. Whatever it is, then you tell Excel, oh, I want column number 3. I want to look up column number 1 and get back column number 3. That's the lookup. And if you ever want a private demo, I'll give you that anytime. Just private message me and we'll set it up. So in general, if you're looking up text and you know it's in there, you're looking at it with your own 2 eyes, and Excel says, it's not here, and it's throwing up these errors, chances are it's not as alike as it seems to be. Bum, bum, bum. What? I hear you say? I can see it with my own 2 eyes. It says part ABC 1, 2, 3. However, it's also possible that there is text in the cell that is colored white that you can't see with your human eye. It's possible that there's a space before or after your manufacturing part name. It's possible that there's a space. If you notice that it's indented, there may be a space prior to that. Excel will not recognize space, your manufacturing part name here, as the same as your manufacturing part name here. There may also be a space afterwards that is not visible to the eye until you open up the cell into edit mode, which you can do by double clicking the cell or by clicking on the cell once and hitting F2 on your PC. Then you'll see that there's a little bit of a space between the character on the right and the blinking cursor. Now, what I don't recommend, and you're going to be so glad to hear this, what I don't recommend is painstakingly go in there and replacing all those spaces. There are 2 quick solutions to this. One is find and replace. If your manufacturing part names don't have any spaces, that is, if they're not supposed to have any spaces, you can do a find and replace on the entire column and replace space with double quotes with no spaces inside. That will eliminate the space. The other thing that you can do is use the trim function that equals trim cell reference here. You can use the trim function, which will automatically remove all of those extra spaces, not spaces between words, but extra spaces from the cell, and then you can use your VLOOKUP on that column that includes those trimmed cells. So that's your answer. If you have additional follow-up questions, if you use find and replace, if you use trim and there are still some that aren't being recognized by Excel, let me know. Send me the file. I'll help you out.